The title fight intensifies as Celtic win 6-0 at McDermott Park. Going back to Fog football. They're going toe-to-toe with Aberdeen. They're breathing down Aberdeen's neck. They're now slightly in front, but they're both on 18 points at the end of the day, as it was the Saints put to the sword, and it doesn't really matter if it's Craig Leafine or whoever's in charge. It was embarrassing, but here for Celtic, it's Cloud 9, it's Cloud 6, or whatever analogy you want to use. Perfect build-up to Tuesday. The yellow wall. Well, they broke down the Saints wall, didn't they?
They did. They'll be facing the yellow wall on Tuesday, but there's no wall that can stop Celtic in Scotland, that is for sure. People can talk about a title fight. There is no title fight. The fight is over. The white towels have already been thrown in by the other 11 clubs. I don't care if Aberdeen are sitting in second place with a 100% record. They haven't really played anybody. You watch Aberdeen, yeah, they're okay, but they're winning every game by the odd goal. They're hanging on, and sooner or later their luck's going to run out. You look at Celtic, man, they're absolutely demolishing teams, and it's a no contest. The league is done. Thanks Aberdeen for trying. Thanks for trying to make it competitive, but at the end of the day, we all know that you're just fighting for third place, maybe second if Rangers don't get their act together, but there'll only be one winner come the end of the season, and it'll be this Brendan Rodgers Celtic team. And you know what? He's already went an invincible season in Scotland before. I think we could be seeing another one, and who knows, maybe add in another domestic treble there as well, because this Celtic team look phenomenal right now.
Better than Hearts, that's for sure. But anyway, that's who Aberdeen play next. That's a real team, isn't it? A team to test yourself against. Heart of Midlothian.
No comment.
No comment. We cheeky Shanklin 96th minute equaliser against the mighty Ross County. But anyway, this game begins. I actually thought St Johnstone were alright. Celtic were not really doing much, Now, there was an incident, right? Because the game's end at 6-0, no one's even going to care about this. But Don Robertson didn't give Celtic a foul, right? Then Raymond got absolutely wiped out by Cal McGregor, and he didn't give it because he didn't give Celtic a foul, and Celtic almost scored from it. It's the levels of that incompetence that's dragging down refereeing standards.
Are we really talking about fouls or no? I mean, it was 6-0. Are we really?
No, we are. I'm going to talk about it because you know what? It's no right. He shafted Celtic first and then went, you know what? I'm going to shaft St Johnstone by evening it up. That's pathetic. Why can't you just get referees that are good?
Speaking of fouls, could Dyson Maida have been sent off?
Could have. What do you think?
I thought he caught Casey late, or Carey late.
Wasn't that high though?
No, it wasn't, but it was extremely late, and I mean, he kicks him right into the shin, and I don't know about that, but anyway, Dyson Maida could have got sent off. Celtic would have still won about 4-0. I don't think it would have mattered, although he was phenomenal today. Probably my man of the match, Dyson Maida, but anyway.
Let's talk about the disallowed goal.
Yeah, well, Celtic did take the lead with a great Dyson Maida volley. Fantastic strike for him. We go to the monitor and we see the replay here, and Carey has been wiped out by Austin Trusty. Now, for some reason...
It's Austin!
For some reason, Michael Stewart, this entire game, kissing the arse of Celtic Football Club. Don't know why. Don't know if he's been handed an envelope, or I don't know if he just hates Rangers that much that it means he loves Celtic. I mean, it could be one or the other, but he's like, there's no way this is a foul. There's no way the goal can be disallowed. And oh, look at that, the referee actually disallowed the goal. I think it's harsh on Maida, yes, because he didn't do anything, and he's struck the ball sweetly. It's a good finish for him. It's a good goal. I think it's harsh he's had the goal taken away from him, but I mean, you can definitely see that when Trusty is about to make collision, his arm elbow does go out towards Carey. Now, whether that's intentional or whether he's just trying to brace himself for impact, that's irrelevant. I can see why the foul was given here. A lot of people are going, oh, that's never a foul. That never had anything to do with it. Well, we don't know, because there was about another 4 or 5 seconds that took place after that incident, and we don't know how Maida's strike would have went if there was 11 St Johnstone players on their feet. At the end of the day, he was down on the ground. We don't know how that affected it. I think this was a reasonable goal to disallow. At the same time, if he gave it, I could have seen it as well. I think it was 50-50.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50. It's one of those ones where...
But let's be honest, right?
I think if he disallowed it, they wouldn't overturn it. Like if they initially disallowed it. But I think it's one of those ones where it can get disallowed when you look at it. And For Michael Stewart to come out and say, but he initially didn't see it, and then he turned around and say, well, it's not involved in the goal. I mean, come on. No, let's not be retarded here, right? Because see, at the end of the day,
if you're defending
that's
your
one
box,
extra defender for St Johnstone.
to say that's not gonna play a part of the goal is insane.
Premier Sports can't even spell Kilmarnock right.
Oh man, it's no great. Anyway, but the goal was disallowed. But they need to. How many times have we seen decisions like this being given as a foul? See if you do this on the goalkeeper, it's 100% never in doubt a foul.
Yeah, I know this would have been the same up the other end, and here it would just be weird to give this goal. I don't know, but I don't understand why Michael Stewart was like. He was throwing the toys at the pram, man. He was like, how have they gave that?
I didn't see it as a coming together, man. For me, Trusty's the one that initiates it.
Yeah.
And his elbow's the one that goes to... Not saying he should be sent off or anything. Maybe he just notices Carey coming into his path and he's put his arm out to try and, like I said, protect himself and brace for impact. But for me, I think this was a foul, so it is what it is. Right, doesn't matter though, because Celtic do quickly get in front not that long after this. It is a goal for who was it? I believe it was
Kyogo.
So Kyogo.
Nicholas Kuhn got another 2 assists. It was his first assist of the day. I mean, it's awful defending from St Johnstone, but it's a great header through for Kuhn and Kyogo.
I mean,
who's actually missed quite a lot of, I think, one-on-one chances. He's missed quite a lot.
This was a great finish.
No,
but
it was.
But it was very, very fortunate because Kyogo originally is Celtic are on the attack and the ball literally takes like a wicked deflection off the St Johnstone player and lands perfectly onto the head of Kuhn, who heads it through to Kyogo. Now it's a good header for Kuhn and it's a good run for Kyogo to split the defence and he's timed it to perfection, but I mean it was a lucky bounce that essentially took it right into the path of Kuhn, so bit fortunate but still good header for Kuhn, good assist and a great finish for Kyogo again with his runs up front, and he's always great at timing them, and sometimes he's not the best finisher, and I do believe if Kyogo could finish, if he was a good finisher, he probably wouldn't be at Celtic.
No, I totally agree. That's what I think. And it's the same with Maida. I honestly think Dyson Maida is like the best in the world at tracking. He's got the best engine. He is. I mean, if he's not the best, he's up there, man. There's a reason why the guy starts for Japan. Like, the guy is an absolute machine at what he does, man. He is. Like, you always talk about in football games, like, oh, there's this... You've always got a guy in your squad that can do one thing. This guy can do it all, man.
He can do it all, but then Celtic, 2 minutes before the break, they made it 2-0 from Bernardo. There was that many goals, and I'm actually beginning to forget what this one looked like.
Long shot into the bottom right-hand corner.
Aye, well, I mean, it was decent. Should Ross Sinclair done better, honestly? Not entirely sure, but Celtic do go 2-0 up at this point. And then straight away, Celtic make it free. Again, Kyogo, once again, timing the run. I believe it's Greg Taylor with the pass.
Yep.
Kyogo collects it, puts it in at the back post. For me, I thought this was onside, but originally, to me, this is level. But the commentary thought this was going to be disallowed. They thought it was offside. And when you see the angle, I mean, it does look like Kyogo's upper body is further ahead of the St Johnstone's last defender. But I'm fine with this goal being given, but I was surprised it was given. But for me, I would say it's level. I'd say it should count. But based on how we've seen VAR and how the offside rule works, I expected this to be given offside. Now, I wonder if maybe do you think they've relaxed on the offside rule and that maybe if something is kind of borderline level, then they're just giving it? Whereas previously we've seen with the goal line technology, we've seen with the VAR technology, there's no such thing as level.
We've seen Celtic score a goal against Rangers when they disallowed it, and I thought that was pretty level.
I thought this was level, but the commentary team were saying it wasn't going to be given. Kyogo was marginally offside. Then you look at it and you go, yeah, based on what we've seen previously, it probably won't be given, but then they did give it, which surprised me, but I think it was the right call to give it, so, I mean, it is what it is. For me, this is level.
Yeah,
I think if this is offside, then I think you're killing football. Again, Kyogo times it. Kyogo at timing his runs, his reactions, has to be the best there. And then St Johnstone find themselves 3-0 down at the break. And honestly, man, when I thought St Johnstone started the game okay, when that goal was disallowed, I thought that gave them a lifeline. But then they concede a goal not long after that, and they go 1-0 down anyway, and you're thinking, right, okay, just get into the break, 1-0, you can do something. But 2 quick-fire goals within the space of a couple of minutes, 3-0 at half-time, and it's all over. It is all over, and at this point, Andy Kirk, I mean, he's probably thinking, what am I going to do? I mean, 3-0 down against Celtic, the game's over. You'd be better off just forfeiting the match, and you'd only lose 3-0.
No, you're totally right, and at this point, it's Celtic just absolutely smoking St Johnstone.
Yeah, Michael Stewart did make a comment in the second half saying that Andy Kirk's chances of getting the St Johnstone job are slipping away, just like the 3 points here. This was at 4-0. First of all, what is he a wise guy? Who does Michael Stewart think he is? The 3 points are slipping away at 4-0.
Aye, that was like
what a fucking.
Is it out of sight yet? And
is it over?
Alkmaar,
The 5-0.
10-0 up.
Is it over? Is there any way back?
That's a red.
I mean, like, you know, what a piss take there for Michael Stewart. And second of all,
Brendan Rodgers is a diddy man, isn't he?
Aye, and second of all, is Andy Kirk really going to be judged on this? Yeah, it's a bad result, but I mean, this ain't the first team that Celtic will scud 6-0 this season, in my opinion. I can see a lot of these coming. So I mean, I don't think Andy Kirk will be judged on this.
Well, I tell you what, there's a team coming to Celtic Park in a couple of weeks' time. They play in red. I don't think that'll be a scudding. No.
You're hanging your hat on Aberdeen, and I wouldn't be surprised if Celtic blow them away.
Say Aberdeen beats Celtic, will you admit there's a title fight?
Oh, I just don't think it'll happen.
Even if they draw?
I'm praying to God that Aberdeen beat Celtic.
Well, you need to pray. You need to pray louder then.
I'm almost forfeiting next week. I'd almost accept Hearts getting beat. Tell out Aberdeen.
You don't need to worry about Hearts accepting it, man. It's just going to happen.
Anyway, let's get into the second half here. There was no fight back through St Johnstone, but hopefully that team in red can do what needs to be done. But I mean, I don't think that's going to happen either. Again, Celtic just completely dominating at this point. Then Cal McGregor, Celtic take a short corner. Cal McGregor, nice wee finish, edge of the box, puts it in past Ross Sinclair. Good strike for McGregor. I believe he scored quite a lot of goals this season.
I believe he's Celtic's top goal scorer in the league. He might be joint with Kyogo.
It's insane because he's not really. I don't think he's joint with Kyogo.
Well, he had 3. He was top before this game.
Yeah, I think he only had 1. Kyogo only scored against Rangers.
He was joint with Luke McCowan.
By the way, I think Luke McCowan's a great player.
Yeah, I think he's just wasted at Celtic though.
It's unfortunate because
I think he needs an injury or two.
I think Luke McCowan could actually be the Cal McGregor replacement. But with Cal McGregor retiring for international football, I mean, Cal McGregor, there's no reason why he will not be at Celtic as the captain for the next 4 or 5 seasons.
And by that time,
and that takes Luke McCowan into his 30s. So, for me, I think Luke McCowan's too good to be a squad player. Unless he can... But then again...
But it was the correct decision to sign him for that little.
No, it was, but I mean, for me, I just think maybe Luke McCowan should have... I mean, it's hard to choose Hibs over Celtic, like, but... I mean, I think he could have been the main man at Hibs.
No, he made the correct call. Fucking Hibs.
Could he get loaned out?
See the way all the memes about, oh, look at his face when he walked out at Celtic Park. Imagine his face when he walked out in Easter Road. Been tripping them.
Could Luke McCowan actually... Well, we're saying Luke McCowan can't break in until McGregor steps down. Could Luke McCowan force his way in?
Yeah, because, I mean, look at Brown. Celtic won't want to repeat the same mistake as Scott Brown, where he dropped off and it cost him.
See, when you think about it, I think Scott Brown probably did stick around in the Celtic starting 11 for too long, but it's just because he was a captain, he was Scott Brown, he wasn't really droppable.
Well, we all know how that works.
But see looking back, Tavernier, see looking back at hindsight, I think you would say that Scott Brown was probably a starting player for Celtic at least 2 seasons too long.
Aye.
Maybe even 3.
Well, especially the last one.
But we'll see. Anyway, I'm really impressed with Luke McCowan. I think he's a great player, and it's no surprise that Dundee have pretty much struggled ever since he left. So it's a good signing for Celtic. It's just a shame that he's probably, pretty low down in the pecking order. Even when they're talking about the Champions League game, they're talking about which 3 of the 4 that Brendan Rodgers is going to play, and Luke McCowan's not a part of that. They're talking about, who misses out between McGregor, Hatate, Engels, and Bernardo. I think Luke McCowan's better than Bernardo.
I'll say fair play to Rodgers though, because I feel like he's included McCann in a lot of games.
Would you agree, or is that?
You think he's better than Bernardo?
I think so.
I'd say it's pretty close. Yeah, mate, it's a good headache to have.
If you could take one of them at Rangers, who would you pick? Who would you have?
Oh, I'd probably take McCann. I think
That was too much silence there. 6 seconds. I mean,
it wasn't sick. Well, hold on, it's a big question to have.
Anyway, Celtic are packed.
But then actually, I'd probably take Bernardo because Rangers don't really have a creative midfielder.
Celtic's midfield is. How can you not win the league with this midfield? It's not going to happen.
Because Jimmy Thielens got a plan.
Jimmy Thielens got nothing. Right, might
Put a
be.
bit of respect on Aberdeen's name, would
No,
you?
no.
Why not?
Anyway, with more, we got a good save from Schmeichel. He actually had to take the slippers off for one save, so
Then put them back on.
yeah, fair play. The slippers went straight back on. We've seen the substitutes come on. You had James Forrest in there, Hatate, the kid from Barcelona, Fail, he came on as well. Right, 5th goal, Dyson Maida. Again, another good run. Ball in, heads it past Ross Sinclair. Can't really recall who had the delivery, but I mean it was a pretty good cross into the box.
Paulo Bernardo.
And Dyson Maida was there to head it home. And for me, I mean Dyson Maida probably doesn't get enough credit. I think he's a quality player.
He's great.
I mean, people say, "Oh, he's not that good." This guy starts up front for Japan. This guy actually starts ahead of Kyogo.
Yeah.
So I mean, he can't be that bad.
And I think you can see why. I like Kyogo, right? But I think Maida, you can see why he would start for like a national team. I think Kyogo's too wasteful. As good as he is, he's too wasteful.
Oh, and Maida's not.
Yeah, but Maida brings that. I think Kyogo's lazier, but he doesn't have the work rate of. I think he's got a good work rate, but like I said,
Hold on, everybody's work rate's going to be second compared to Maida.
that's what I'm saying, and that's what Japan might see in the two of them.
Tell you what, I mean, see if you're a defender. Imagine Japan are going 2 up top, Maida and Kyogo. I think that's the last thing you want. Anyway, don't want to keep bigging up Celtic here and Dyson Maida, but
I think they saved the best goal for last.
I have to talk about the game that I've seen. We have a rare St Johnstone chance. They're getting forward. A lot of space at the back here. Not quite sure what happened to the Celtic defence, but don't worry because Dyson Maida runs the total length of the pitch, puts in a tackle, and wins the ball back. I mean, at 5-0, this guy is running the full length of the St Dermot Park to make a tackle.
And that's what I want. That's what I want. I mean, that's what I would like to see in my own team. I'd like to see players busting a gut.
I think Dyson Maida's pretty. I think he's close to undroppable, just with the work rate
Yeah.
that he gives you. Phenomenal here. Like I said, 5-0 up. I mean, he's had a great game today. He could be forgiven for thinking, well, you know what, I've done my job up front. It's late in the game. Why do I have to bust a gut here to stop a potential St Johnstone goal or even a St Johnstone opportunity? But now he runs back there. I mean, sometimes we see fullbacks can't even be arsed running back.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know all about that.
Oh, I fucking damn right I do.
Tav, Barisic, I'm sure you're well aware.
I'm well oiled in that
and
department.
then you've got, Dyson Maida here, running back like his life depends on it. Phenomenal stuff. And then we get the 6th goal, which you said was the best of the lot, and it really was. Luke McCowan with a fantastic little dink over the St Johnstone defence. He had Alex Fally running onto it, and then he does like a little back heel flick straight into the path of Adam Adair, and he puts it home with a great finish. They did check it. Initially they gave it offside. They checked it in VAR, and the goal was given again. I mean, it was close, but for me, I think it was onside. So, a correct decision given here. And it's one of the times that you're grateful for VAR because this was such a good goal that, I mean, it wouldn't deserve to be disallowed, especially wrongly disallowed.
No, I agree. Yeah, it was a good goal. It was level enough, wasn't it? So no complaints there. And then they could have made it 7. Let McCoy hit the post.
Yeah, I mean, Celtic towards the end. I mean, yeah, see the way that Celtic were playing at the end. You would have thought this was 0-0.
Yeah,
and Celtic were desperate to try and get that goal to win it, to not drop points. But I mean, Jesus, 6-0. They're still going all out. Anyway, that's it. The match finished. Celtic 6, St Johnstone. I actually don't think St Johnstone were that bad. It's just I thought Celtic were really good today. So I mean, I can't sit here and say I thought St Johnstone were awful. I thought St Johnstone played all right, especially first half. But I mean, the stats 19 shots for Celtic to St Johnstone's 5, 77% possession.
Yeah,
And they
but
had,
I'm just looking at a goal here for the Cal McGregor goal. I mean, what is the tracking here, man? No one near him. Apart from one guy, everyone else is just looking at him. Not even attempting to block
well,
the
how
shot.
many guys can St Johnstone really, have Mark and Callum McGregor here?
Here, he's the best player in the world, isn't he? According to some people, so maybe putting a few more bodies on him might prevent
Right.
something.
Anyway,
No need to fear Aberdeen's winning this league. Man.
aye. Not a chance.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, finished 6-0 Celtic, so I praised them a lot, but you know what? I'm panicking, man. This is not good. I mean, it's
What are you
good.
panicking about? Aberdeen? I'm telling you.
I think we could be looking at another quadruple treble.
Wind your neck in, man. Aberdeen, Jimmy Teelan, maybe a quadruple treble for Aberdeen, not this Diddy club. Come on.
Nah, I'm panicking, man. See when Rodgers came in, I thought, yes, downgrade on Ange, but I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, holy crap, man, this season have been phenomenal.
No, they have been here. They have. There's no two ways about it. They have been, but let's see where it goes. Let's see what happens next. They've got Dortmund. I mean, I'm not even joking. Like,
I'm looking at the.
I wonder what odds Celtic are to beat Dortmund.
I think I might have a tenner on them. Well, actually, I won't, but that's a totally different subject. Anyway,
I don't mind getting into it.
Super chats, please. Anyway, I'm looking at the goals and the assists here, and it dawned on me we had 5 different goal scorers and 5 different assisters.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you that there's goals and assists all around this Celtic team. I mean, you've got Greg Taylor and Alex Philly. You know what I mean? The 2 left backs even getting assists there. So it's just, I mean, goals are coming from absolutely everywhere. It's insane. It's insane. I mean, anyway, great result, great win. Celtic go back top of the table. Look, I'd love to be optimistic. I would love nothing more than to sit here and say there's a title fight on. But I think the title's already over. I think it's a race between.
Yeah, I conceded the title in July, but it doesn't mean I conceded it entirely. There's a team in red that I forgot about.
Oh, you either concede it or you don't concede
I
it.
conceded it from Rangers' point of view, alright? I'm telling you, Aberdeen are here to stay, alright? And if you've got a problem with it,
It's I know a bit cheap for a Rangers fan having to rely on Aberdeen to stop
fucking
the team.
course it is. not going to deny it.
Aye, anyway, 6-0, fantastic.
But let's just have a look at the goal difference, right? I mean, 20 fucking plus on the goal difference, not a goal.
That's an extra point already.
Why? Because they need it against Aberdeen, don't they? But I mean, come on. I mean, next 4 games: away to Dortmund, away to Ross County, home to champions to be Aberdeen, and then away to Atalanta. So
Might be a couple of defeats in there, but I don't think they'll come domestically.
I think against Atlanta, if they can replicate what they've done so far this season, they'll give Dortmund and Atlanta a good game.
Well, I did say, could we see Celtic qualify directly top 8 Champions League? Could it happen?
Well, I'll tell you what.
If they beat Dortmund,
If they beat Dortmund, yes.
The dream is on.
Because why not? But the dream is on. Fucking reel that pish in.
well, not for me, but for them.
Aye, you can just dream on because your team's pish in the bottom of the league. Scraping draws last kick of the game, man. Embarrassing. Anyway, closing thoughts.
6-0, could have been 7-8-9. Could have been double figures maybe in the end there. Celtic look really good. They look a step above everyone else. I know Aberdeen.
You watched the Aberdeen game today. I watched the Aberdeen. They were good.
And they were hanging on like they do every other game. Every game I watch Aberdeen, it's always like 2-1. See, sooner or later, their luck's going to run out and they're going to have an equaliser against them.
Maybe Celtic's luck will run out and St Johnstone next time will score 6.
Aye, I don't think that's going to happen, guys. Anyway, that's it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's actually depressing.
Well, your team's pish.
Aye, that's it.
That's it, guys. Till then, peace.